For decades, the Golden Triangle, the converging borders of Myanmar, Thailand, and Laos, served as the world's foremost nexus for opium production and heroin trafficking. Amid dense jungles, isolated mountain villages, and shifting political sympathies, one man emerged as an indomitable figure in this shadowy realm: Khun Sa. Often called the Opium King, Khun Sa's reign was marked by militant control, ruthless business acumen, and a complex relationship with regional powers. Today's public service announcement aims to shed light on the largely hidden story of Khun Sa, whose empire not only fueled a global drug crisis, but also influenced geopolitical tensions and local conflicts for decades. If you live in or travel through Southeast Asia or any region impacted by narcotics, it is crucial to recognize the signs and understand the origins of this ongoing issue. Drug addiction rates, violent clashes, and political instability often trace back to the networks established by traffickers like Khun Sa. This informational message will describe key features of Khun Sa's operations, signs that narcotics activity may be influencing your community, and resources for support and prevention. Khun Sa operated as a quasi-warlord with a private army, blending militant tactics with shrewd negotiations. His forces guarded production sites and supply routes, ensuring steady flows of heroin into global markets, particularly targeting Southeast Asia, Australia, and the United States. The trafficking routes were often riddled with violence, forced relocations, and corruption. Signs of such activity often include sudden influxes of strangers in remote areas, sudden economic changes driven by illicit cash, and increased violence around border regions. Initially, one might attribute unusual instability or the presence of armed groups to political conflicts or ethnic insurgencies, common throughout the region. However, the scale, organization, and persistence of the operations tied to Khun Sa suggest a narcotics empire fueled by deeply entrenched criminal networks rather than simple territorial disputes. Reports of mass heroin shipments, clandestine airstrips, and heavily guarded drug labs paint a far grimmer reality than local political tensions alone. The true scope of Khun Sa's legacy came into focus during the latter half of the 20th century. Born in 1934 in Myanmar, Khun Sa rose from humble beginnings to command a massive narcotics empire. By the 1970s and 80s, he was responsible for an estimated 70% of the world's heroin supply. His private army kept rival traffickers and government forces at bay, while his ability to navigate the complex politics of regional governments allowed him to evade capture for decades. Multiple military offensives sought to end his reign, with varying degrees of success, but Khun Sa remained elusive. Despite his fearsome reputation, Khun Sa cultivated a contradictory image as a resistance leader or a patriot fighting for Shan ethnic autonomy. This duality complicated government efforts and masked the devastating social consequences of his illicit trade. His surrender in 1996 marked the end of an era, yet the infrastructure and networks he built persist, fueling continuing addiction, crime, and conflict throughout Southeast Asia and beyond. Understanding Khun Sa's story is more than a historical curiosity. It's a cautionary tale of how illicit economies can intertwine with political struggles to create enduring crises. As the global community continues to confront drug trafficking and addiction, learning from the past remains essential. Awareness, education, and support can help mitigate the ongoing impact of Khun Sa's legacy. This message was brought to you as part of an ongoing commitment to public awareness regarding the complex histories behind today's challenges with narcotics and regional instability. Staying informed and vigilant helps protect communities worldwide from the shadows of drugs and illicit empires. Thank you for watching and staying informed. Remember, knowledge is a critical step toward change.